HollyHall.com, and we are going to do some free readings. I'm not going to stay on long. This is the week of the beginning of on Friday, I start my gypsy life. So we are pumped, packing, and preparing for our long journey. So we are going from Ontario, which is the Toronto, Ontario area, and we will be moving towards BC, British Columbia, Vancouver Island to be exact. We will leave Friday morning, and it will end up being about a 2 hour. I'm on YouTube as well. It'll end up being about a 2 week journey. I think we get there. Yeah, around 2 weeks total. Then we go on about a 2 month journey after that, and we're tumbleweeds, we're gypsies. We don't know how long this is going to last for us, and I'm pretty excited about that. But we're really preparing. I just have to move this. There we go. We're really doing a lot of preparation right now. I want to talk. Hi, Liz. I want to talk about the lunar eclipse that we've just experienced and some of the disclosures that I've been predicting since 3 weeks, about a month ago. I'd say about a month ago, I started the prediction for May 16th, which is yesterday. And that was around the stock market crash. Now, these are all necessary evils. Okay, everyone? So I don't want you and I don't know what other connection I'm having an issue with. And we need to have a new way of living, a parallel way of living. And I've talked about this often. There will be a parallel way of living that is separate from the way that we live now, basically. And it will be choice of the people that want to live that way. There will be nothing particularly wrong with one way of living opposed to another way of living. However, there will be people who will think it's wrong. Okay, there will be people that will think, let's say there's me and you. There will be, and I live one way in one parallel world, and you live in another parallel world, which is the current and continuing system. And I may think that your way is wrong, and you will think that my way is wrong. But both of them are right for us. Both of them are right. One is right for me, and one is right for you. Okay, this is what we're moving towards. Now, the agenda for me was 2024 and 2025. That's when I saw the crossing of the parallel worlds. As I've always said about parallel worlds, we are at 20% right now. We have 20% alternative ways of living: educational, financial, political, banking, agricultural, pharmaceutical, there's all different 20%, but it's going to reach this 50% mark. And then we're going to start communing together, specifically the ones that are going to raise the 20% bar of the alternative way of living to a 50%. I thought that crossover was going to be 2024, 2025. And I thought the really strong, powerful divide was going to be then. People weren't going to be happy with each other, even more so than now. And that was going to be the tipping point. That's when government and the powers that be, the ones that will be threatened by this 50% sovereign, independent, community-based type of living, will be threatened by them losing control over what they've had control over for decades. But it's happening sooner. I keep getting pushback. So for instance, what I'm seeing right now for the financial crash, real estate market, and a few other disclosures I'm going to mention, then we're going to do some free readings, it was supposed to be for a year from now. It was May 2024. And I was told a month ago it's happening now. It's going to happen now in 2023. 2022. So I thought it was going to happen in 2023. So it's happening in 2022. Now, we've already got stock markets are slowing down and going down. Crypto has gone back up again, which I saw that happening for June. And then I was looking at, and I want to just confirm it now, because one of my TikTok followers at HollyHall at askhollyhall.com is I am doing free readings, and you can post your question with your birth date and your birth time right beside each other, all in one line. Okay. Your birth date, your birth year, and if you know your birth time and your question all in one line. And that will be, and when I see that, I'm just looking up something, then I will do your reading for you. You're welcome. So this was to be May 17th, which was today. And so my TikTok follower, because I was talking about aliens, I was talking about UFO, and then the former National Intelligence Director, John Radcliffe, told Fox News on March 19th that the report would include information that cannot be easily explained. And this was today. Now, the White House said that they were going to have a gradual UFO disclosure, and it was going to begin today. That the White House was going to talk about this disclosure today. I believe, I'll tell you what I think it is. I'm not seeing any proof of this White House disclosure as of yet, so it possibly didn't happen yet. Okay, so I'm in Eastern Standard Time, so I'm not sure where that disclosure will happen, what standard time, but just keep a lookout for it. This is my prediction. My prediction is that they're going to be talking about the chicklets. So I want you to Google chicklets, alien spaceships, and Army. Air Force, the Air Force. So the Air Force, including some airlines, spotted last February, I believe it was, at the beginning of 2021. And I predicted that as well, that it would be undeniable. No one would be able to deny that this proof of alien existence. But it did go under the radar, even though it did become main. You can look it up. It's mainstream. They got videos, they've got documentations, and they call them chicklets because they look like little square things that were floating and then dipped into the water. And they're black and white and very fuzzy pictures. I don't understand this day and age why they can't get clear pictures. You can hear the pilots shocked, going, "What the is that?" And then talking about it. Now, I think that's what they're going to be talking about, and they're going to disclose that it's the I think it's Area 49, and it's the government military technology that they have for operational flight, kind of like airplanes, but they look like spaceships. Very modern technology, modern equipment, extremely modern equipment that we've never seen before, quantum computing equipment, as well as material that we're not familiar with as well, and where they've been mining that material from. That'll shock you as well. Now, with that being said, that's not really alien exposure, is it? No. Why are they exposing this? Because they want you to look this way while they're making you look. They want you to look this way while they're doing something over here. Okay. What else is new? Not rocket science, right, Ollie? So, Liz, I'm still waiting for you to put your question there. Put your question and your birth date. And please don't put 05, put like May. Don't put 09, put September. Okay, or the short form for September with your question right beside it. So now I'm going to go back to way over here. I'm gonna have to move, and I've got, oh good, I've already got Yenna, I think it is. I've had a reading before with you, I mentioned, and we're just going to put this up on the screen. that changed my life and would likely happen if I reached out for a certain person who would appear in my life. I think I know who, but I'm not sure. What should I do in the coming, sorry, can't hide it now so I can see it. What should I do in the coming months? Not sure if this is an okay question or not. So we've got December 4th, 1987. And thank you. AskHollyHall.com is where you can get a reading from me. I just finished a whole day's worth of readings. And I'm going to punch you in right now. So we got December 4, 87, 1 p.m. Good. So during this time is actually, you've just gotten over a hump. Now, if you met this person a month or two ago, I'd say no. If this person has suddenly made an appearance in the last month, moving forward, then yes, you're in the clear. You've made some rash decisions and unclear decisions and impatient decisions 3 times in the last year. And one of them was just in February, I believe, that just passed. And that was a decision that you've been trying to make for a while. You wanted to leave a certain situation. I think I see it as work related, but I don't have your time of birth, so I'm not permanent. I can't say that permanently. But, and this person is somebody of authority, and this is somebody that you need to reach out to. Yeah. I did a reading for you, I think, a while ago. So you're going to have to update what is going on in the energy field astrologically for you now. But if I reach out to a certain person who would appear in my life, I think I know who it is, and I'm not sure. What should I do in the coming months? Okay, wait till Mercury's out of retrograde, and that'll be June 3rd. So after June 3rd, you can reach out anytime, but I don't think you're going to make a permanent connection until after June 3rd. Okay. So there's the answer to that one. And I'm going to look at my Instagram because somebody said they wanted to make a comment. They wanted some information, but I'm not seeing it. And I know there's a Pat who's trying to get on. You're welcome. Using YouTube, but so far I'm not seeing anybody on from YouTube, and that's at my Ask Holly Hall on YouTube as well. And I don't. Oh, there she is. Hi, Pat. Okay, so let's look at your question, and let's edit this one. We got 23 February, and don't know the time. I need to sign my lease, but I am not certain how it will look financially in a few months. I feel it will all work out, but not sure. What do you feel? Good, good. Hopefully you don't need to sign it until people wonder, like, how come I can't see you on Zoom when I'm doing when you're doing readings for me? And this is a little bit of an entertainment value as well, so I'm not really heavy in a 1-hour session with you, but this is what I would look like. Right? I'm not looking at you. I make a point of looking at you guys when I'm doing these like this, but normally I'm just kind of doing all this and talking away and laughing a little bit, but I'm not looking at you. I know I'm animated. So when is this one difficult cycle over for you? That's what I want to see. So this is over the 8th, so it's already passed, so you're good to go. Yeah. So I agree with you. This is good timing. I actually see you in a long-term throughout the summer. You're gonna be like, I kind of want to be somewhere more permanent, but I haven't decided where I want to go. So if I knew the time of birth, I could figure out if you're in that magic wand phase, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna say that by May and June of 2023, you're going to be more in a permanent, it's going to be very sudden and unexpected permanent place for you. So if this is a year lease, perfect. Okay. Why did I just get 6 months? Is it a 6-month lease? Okay. Lots of birth dates going on here. So now, hopefully that has answered your question. And shifting with Shalini. Liz, where's your stuff? You said you were going to give me information. I can't see it. Kamal. Hi, Kamal. Okay, so Shalini, a May marriage is training. When does it end? Does it end in separation? So first I'm going to look at August 26th. I want to pull some cards for some of you guys because my card pulling, I did some today. My clients didn't know it, but along with everything else that I do, master astrologer, clairvoyant, remote viewing, past life regression, hypnosis therapist, psychology, philosophy, neurolinguistic programming, I do it all, right? 26, so wants to know about her son. His birth date is August 12th. Okay, so I'm going to look at you first at 2 a.m. and then I'm going to look at your son. There is a side of you that is a little bit controlling, okay? And you control so that you can keep the peace. And in order for you to keep that peace, you want to try to control the environment and control the situation. The problem is that he doesn't want you to do that. He wants you to believe that he will find his own path when he's ready. And that's been, you worked really hard in the last year to give him a break and not try to sort of micromanage his situation. You've always been worried about the financial portion of it. And the thing is that it all worked out, even though you were really concerned. I mean, you did save and you did work really hard to prepare for his financial support around that. But when I look at him, so one support way is by stepping back a bit. Now he's born in, okay, he's young. He's 2016. So he's not, so I'm going to tell you ahead of time, don't worry about supporting the financial situation. Okay. Don't worry about the financial situation. That's going to work out for him. But what I'm concerned about is some ADD. Now, I will tell everybody right off the hop, I despise the word, the title, the description ADD, because ADD is somebody who's a multifaceted, multi-focused, multi-curious person. And your son is 6, 4, 5, 6, and he's a perfectionist and he needs freedom. So the standard traditional educational system, which is one of those things I see changing in 2024, 2025, isn't going to work for him. It doesn't work for him at all. So if there's any way, and you can take command of this, I give you, you've had a hard time in the last year. That cycle is over, and it's the system. That's the problem, not your son. If you need the diagnosis in order to get support from the system, then that's fine. But what I see is that he needs to be in another system, and you've just figured that out. And you guys are going to find that throughout the summer. He needs to be in another school, in another school system, and he needs to be in one that gives him a lot of freedom to learn and grow and gravitate several times a day to what he wants to learn. If he wants to read a book for half an hour, he can read a book for half an hour. If he wants to study his math for 20 minutes, he can study the math for 20 minutes. If he wants to learn physics or philosophy or psychology, whatever he wants to learn, it's got to be that kind of school system. This is a new age school system. There's very few of them, and they don't really exist mainstream, and they're not easy to find. They're like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But I know there's one in your area. He's very much a perfectionist. So every time he's learning something new, he feels that he's being criticized. And he has a short temper, a very short temper around that. And you're not the boss of him kind of mentality. So if you really try hard to get him into another school system, but I do see one coming for you. If it doesn't happen this summer because you've said this isn't going to work, we can't do this, Holly, it's not going to happen. You do like to work. You are a hard worker. So it might be hard for you on your time, but trust me, it'll save you guys a lot of headache. I think you already know this, right? Yeah. So you said, I guess I'm looking on how to emotionally support him. I feel like he has a hard time with comprehension. No, he has a hard time with being told what to do because it makes him feel dumb. And he's not. He's very smart if he's allowed to learn the way that he wants to learn. And if the system can support that, right? But the current traditional system doesn't. He's very smart. He's extremely visual. This is how he learns, visual and hands-on. He's a mentor, and he needs to be in the new school system that is just barely taking off right now. Compliment him all the time. Don't problem solve for him. Expect that he already understands the solution to the problem. And all you do is ask, what do you think the solution is? What do you think you should do? How would you want it done? Ask him that. This instills confidence that you believe that he's smart enough to figure it out himself. He will always feel like he's not smart enough, that he's incapable, that he's inadequate, that he's being criticized, that he'll criticize himself. But that's his path in this lifetime, is to learn that, and he will be a part of the change of this future of our school system. And he's doing it now. He's doing it now as a child because he's forcing you as parents to find another way, an alternative way. So he's part of that change, as are tons of other children that are forcing their parents to do the same thing, in which hence they have to create a new school system for these children, right? So what happened to my Instagram? Did I disappear? My Instagram went black. I can't even open it up. Let me try again. Okay. Thanks for coming back here on Instagram, on Facebook to find me. So I got a lot going on here. You're welcome. Who did I answer? So now June Ruhi. I'm going to go in order. I've already done Andrea, and she seems to concur. That's all I like is feedback, right? Because it helps other people. Helps me help other people. So we got June. This was going to be a quickie too, because I got moving to do. So I'm going to get through as many as I can. I'm going to have to make these more short and sweet answers. So if you can give me direct, I won't answer anything indirect. I won't answer like, what do you see in my future? What is the love in my life? No, give me a direct question and I'll give you a direct answer, short and sweet. Now, 11:55 p.m. Any commissions coming in, job security. This is for my husband. Okay. I don't see a job security until he needs freedom from where he's at. He doesn't like it where he's at. The leadership is inadequate. It's literally grating on his nerves. He's not being educated properly. And if he's the one educating or instructing or in sales, it's just not working out. And I don't see that working out until he needs to change it. Until that'll happen in May of 2023, believe it or not. May of 2023. So there may be a commission around right about now. It should have come now. So I do believe that he'll get a little bit of one in. Hi again. I don't know what happened. Instagrammers in and around the halfway through June. But this is the stability. He's going to be working on that for the next couple of years. It's not the stability that's the problem. It's he doesn't like where he's working. That's the problem. And that has to change. So he's agitated, he's irritated, he's frustrated, he's flustered. And Shalini, if you can put your birth date and all your information there again. I don't know what happened. Instagram kicked me out. Okay. Now, the next question. Patricia says up to me. August. Yeah, I would go for it, Patricia. And you'll get a new job in June, Patricia. In fact, I'm going to confirm that with my cards. Oh, Sharon, I'm not doing any generals. You have to ask a specific question. Could you pull a card about this, please? Yep. Where did I put my card? This one was a good deck for today. That's my deck I'm using. Angel cards. And the messages were very clear today. It's a really big deck. I really like this one. It's quite big. Quite a bit. Quite big one. So we're going to, it's actually even hard. The person who designed this had giant hands. Okay. Too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. Usually when I see, and you want to look up 2 of Earth, usually what that means is if it's fun where you're at, if you're happy where you're at, if it's pleasurable where you're at, if you've got friends there, you're enjoying yourself, then you stay there. That's what it's asking you to do. Is it fun? And so, okay. Yeah, I suggested the emotional support. I was feeling the same way about the way he's being taught. Andrea, good. Thank you so much, Andrea. You're welcome. Yes, IG ended. Thanks, Shalini. Yes, something happened with your Instagram. Okay. Yes, he isn't happy with his current job, Ruhi. Yeah, he's going to make those changes next year. He doesn't like change. Doesn't like change. So that's why he's staying where it's at. He's hoping the job will change instead of him changing. And I don't see the job changing. So now I'm going to look at Shalini, and that is May 13th, and it's her marriage is draining. How is it going to end? Now, will this end soon? So basically, she wants to know: is the draining part going to end, or is the relationship going to end? And how is that going to happen? And what do I do around that? So I would look up, and if I was doing a full reading, I would be looking up her husband's chart as well and taking a strong comparison between the two. What's going on with him? What's going on with her? But this has been something that's been happening for a long time. And I'm surprised it didn't end just this month, because you're quite you want your freedom. You want to own that freedom. You've got the confidence like you've never had before. You're not as worried about your financial situation or your financial position. Normally, you would be very loyal and caring and peaceful and nurturing and fair, way more than fair. Don't like confrontation. But if this marriage ends, you're not worried about the financials, because you're like, I'm going for what I need. When a marriage ends, I can have part of the financial situation. I can have part of the house when it's sold, and you're ready for that. You're like, a year ago, no, you would have just said, I can't leave because how can I financially afford it? But now you can. So you're done. You're ready to go. And if it doesn't happen now, it will be the end of December. She says I'm 100% spot on. It'll be the end of December and the beginning of January of 2023. Okay. So what you'll be doing, because you're a preparer and you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. So that's kind of what you're doing right now, is you're making sure that all your ducks are in a row financially. Okay. You've already seen a lawyer. This was more of a picking their brain kind of conversation. I think that was a male lawyer. I think you're looking more towards a female one now. And she says both, and she's laughing, but I'm not sure what I said that made her respond and said the word both. but you financially you're fine. If worse comes to worse, you might wait until it gets to 22, because your loyalty to your commitment to not being the bad guy, that's gotta go. Okay, you're not the bad guy. It's about what's fair and what's yours. And you're leading the pack in your family. You're not going to lose family. You're going to actually have family come to you and go, how'd you do it? Right? It was a female lawyer back in January. Okay, good. Then I don't know if you talked to a male before that, where I'm getting the male component into it, but that's fine. So she did say she already talked to a lawyer, just like I said. And that's my remote viewing that I do. So I'm happy with that. You're on your way. If you don't actually walk out the door now, you're already, as far as I can see, you're separate. So you're not in the same bedroom, is it? The children are aware of where people around you are starting to become aware that this is something that isn't going to last. He's angry. So this is what's driving you crazy. He's really pushing your buttons and he's pissed off. But you can be done as early as December. And that's what I would promote for you. There is a place that you can go temporarily so that you can have your independence, but you don't like that choice. So that's your free will, right? And she said, emotionally separated. Yes, kids know. And he is very angry. That's what you want freedom from. If you go to this person's house or this person's place that you're uncomfortable with, you're going to be uncomfortable and you'll find a new place in the new year. So now we want, hopefully that's helped you out, Shalini. So now we want, and you know what you're going to do? Shalini is a coach. Okay. She is living the reality of how, and walking through it, the reality, and having the experience now as we speak, how she's going to help her clients in the future. She's going to help clients of her culture, of her background, of her belief system to walk through the fire walk through what she is walking through. And because she's going to come from firsthand experience, right? This is not easy. And not just her culture, I'm talking about cultural. It's in my book, 101 Answers from the Universe. There are specific cultures that are Eastern in nature, a few in Europe, Middle Europe, and a few in South America. And it's in my book. And it's Asian is China, Afghanistan, India, all of those Asian areas, right? So they come from a very strong patriarchal background, and there are ambassadors like yourself that is changing that paradigm. Not easy, but your children will benefit from this as well. Now we're looking at July 24, Norway. Linda, should my daughter change schools in the summer? She is born. So let me look at her. So I won't have time to do you both. 2015, February 2nd. What time is she born? I don't know if I'll be able to look that up. But yeah, this is, it'll happen around June. And this is the most beneficial. She's artistic. She's creative. Her central nervous system was really taxed in the last year that just ended at the end of February, end of March into April. And that's when, mostly April. And that's when you realize we can't fix her. There's nothing wrong with her. She's got to change schools. Something that's more creative, artistic, musically inclined. Something that is, she's a feeler. Okay. She's not a visual. She's not a reader. She's a feeler. She's an artist. She's a muse. She's a healer. She needs a more slow-paced, relaxed, chillaxed school system that appeals to the muse within her, to the right side of her brain that's artistic and creative and soulful. Okay, so yeah, and that you will, if you haven't found it, you will just find that in June, just like that. It's going to happen that fast. Very advantageous. So yeah, I'm feeling, thanks so much. Yes, that's my calling, Holly. I feel it. I am living through it. Pain, abuse, codependency. Good for you. See this? This makes me tear up because this is a soul. This is her soul. Shalini, welcome to your soul. Meet your soul. Soul, Shalini. Meet your human, Shalini. Okay. Now we've got Sharon. I would like to know if I'm on the right path. Okay, I'll go up and look at yours in a minute. So you know what? I'm going to try and look you up, but that's still at right path with work, right path with your health, right path with your relationship, right path with your best friend, right path with your children, right path with your home, right path with your country, right path with your religion, right path on what? But I will look it up. I will give you a card. The wheel. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. Fortune is on your side. Okay? That's yours. Now now we've got October 31. I'll go back if I have time to look at yours, Sharon. And we've got what is this question here? What do I have to do, say, or get interest in to connect with my daughter? Okay, so first let's look at your approach, Mom. And okay, so you're an extremely family-orientated person. Communication is very important to you. So unless you're emotionally upset about something, you communicate, you wear your heart on your sleeve, you communicate, you lay it out on a table, all the cards are laid out on the table. I want to know your honesty. I want to know your truth. Where are you coming from? Talk to me, right? But when you're upset, when you're angry, you do all the talking. Got to be careful there, right? Very passionate. You have trust issues. You have a huge level of trust issues. And so the less you know, the more that you feel that you can't trust. How can I trust you if you can't talk to me, if you can't communicate to me, if you can't share with me? It really triggers your lack that somebody's doing something deceptive, lying, something's happening behind your back, something's happening that you can't control. Okay, this is hard for you, but you're a healer. You're a peaceful person. You have empathy. You have compassion. Specifically now, there's a strong amount of compassion. But this PTSD that you have around a mild form of PTSD, around abandonment with your own mom, is triggering that you don't have this relationship with your daughter. So now that's what your needs are, okay? And you need freedom from that lack of trust. And the only reason you have freedom from that lack of trust is somebody can be transparent with you. But here you've got a daughter who's born in 2009 in March. Ask HollyHall.com. You sign up for my, which I haven't been really active on right now, but I've been addicted to TikTok because I get so much traction there and so much interaction there. But if you sign up to my newsletter, then you get a 20% off. 9 a.m. Thank you. I all of a sudden I got the night before Christmas excitement. That's what I call it. So there's some, no wonder. This girl is on fire. She is a force to be reckoned for. She is 4 Aries and then little bit Pisces. So how you connect with her is through compassion. So first of all, you have to accept, I demand that you accept this, accept that she is, what you see is what you get, and she changes just like that. When she's angry, you see it. When she's upset, you see it. When she's excited, you see it. When she's pumped, you see it. When she's upset, when she's angry, you see it. When she's very impatient, a lot of ADD because of this. Again, I don't like ADD. It's not a deficit disorder. This is somebody who's also multi-adventurous, multi-curious, she needs change. She gets bored very easily. So multi-experienced kind of personality. And so she gets bored easily. She is, if she's pissed off, you know it right at that moment. But you know what? She cools down real fast. So you got to take a grain of salt. You got to take everything with a grain of salt. Give it less than an hour. If she's still passionate or angry or fiery or really mad, in an hour, she'll still feel the same. Otherwise, it's just the way she's, if you want, we all talk about spiritually, let's live in the moment. This is someone who lives in the moment. What she feels, what she sees, what she experiences, you see it flat out right away in your face. Now, when she's angry, I'll tell you this though, when she's angry and when she's hurt and when she's frustrated, then she becomes reclusive. Then she wants to be left alone. She goes in her room. Don't bother me. She becomes very quiet. She doesn't want to talk about anything. And she's not going through anything particularly. I don't see her hiding anything. You do have a past life relationship with her. It will get stronger when she's around the age of 18. I know that seems really far. Well, actually, 2001. Yeah, she'll be 18 soon, a few more years. And so it'll get stronger around the age of 18. But you got to take everything with a grain of salt. And she's got to spew off. She gets angry. She gets feisty. I call people like her Tasmanian devil. They come in, they destroy the emotional energy in the room, leaves it in a debris, piled up mess, and then leaves. And then comes back and goes, "What's wrong? Why is everybody upset? Did I do something?" Right? Because she just gets over it like that. She's competitive. She's argumentative. She sticks up. This is something that she is a warrior, a really deep warrior. She has been in many lifetimes, and she's an activist, and she's going to be an activist in one day in this lifetime. And it will be for her compassion around how the suffering that's going on in the world. So find a place for her. If you volunteer somewhere that you're passionate about, or ask her where she would like to. What difference does she want to make? Okay. She doesn't have patience. So she'll do something for a few minutes, then she'll go and try something else another time. Then she'll go and try something else. Don't try to force her to be a one experienced person. She needs a multitude of experiences. Don't argue with her either. Just let her argue with herself. I'm not arguing with you. If you feel that strong about it, good for you. Okay. So hopefully that supports you and makes sense to you, Miss Lizette. A lot of things going on. Linda says 2055. I'm already forgotten what that question is, Linda. Sharon, am I on the right path? Okay, so Sharon, we're going to go, and then I got to sign off, people, soon. AskHollyHall.com. If you're just chiming in now, this will go up on YouTube immediately. I want you to go on and talk about and listen to how I talk about all of the disclosures the necessary evil that's going to be happening. And we're going to be asked to decide what side of the fence. But I believe it's a moving scale. In the next 2 years, all of us will slowly make a decision of where we want to be in our world, in our existence, in our way of living, right? Am I on the right path? We're always on the right path. You are going through the magic wand phase. You're absolutely on the right path. You've made some very significant changes. You have financially, you reach a goal by the end of this year. You weren't on the right path about a year ago, and you might slip off in the summer of 2023. The ego can get in the way. But you're going to get some financial backing between now and December. You've been on the right path for about a year. So are you on the right path? The answer is yes. Okay. I'm going to go read my new message. How cool. Everything you said is true for me and for her too. Thank you, Holly. That's Lizette about her daughter. Thank you for that feedback. I forgot to mention I was born in 11, New Zealand. There we go. And Sharon, Andrea, Linda. Linda, what did you say? Oh, 2055. Oh, okay. So she is in the magic wand phase. Let me know, are you aware of this visual creative muse side of her? This is important. I can't spell lunar eclipse. Eclipse. Lunar eclipse. That's how I spelled it on my thing. Okay, great. Awesome. Loving my life so far. Thanks, Holly. Let me pull a card for you. Again, Sharon. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic abilities. Page of water. Intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. Okay. And now it gets faded. The camera can't adjust to it. There we go. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. AskHollyHall.com is how you can get a hold of me. And I'm going to put that here in the caption. And there you go. If you want to support me, you can buy me a coffee at Ask Holly Hall for just doing some of these free readings. I'm here every Tuesday. I'm not sure about next Tuesday because that's when I'm at the beginning of my traveling, but I'm going to do my best. And you might even see me bouncing around in the back of the car while I'm doing some live readings just because I'll be bored and something to do. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Namaste. May the stars be with you and may all your dreams come true.